Crispy, baby.
That is really super. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
Yeah. No matter how long it takes, man. Spiraling up, just like a rich nigga staircase. No fly zone. Please stay the fuck out my airspace. Niggas say things behind her back, shit they wouldn't dare say. Know it's on sight when I see you. I'm working in Squarespace.
Yeah, top of the morning, I know that you thought I was dormant. Woke up early from shots that was swarming. A block from the outside, the cops in the orbit. Cause somebody got popped, now they knocking on doors trying to find an informant. But I ain't seen Nathan, I'm minding my business. As God is my witness, the weapon gon' prosper that's forming against me. Nigga, I'm starving immensely. Know when I'm done with these songs, you gon' miss me. John Moran, I'm on my grizzly. You niggas just cuz, but no, not the ones in the big leagues. After the fall off, I promise I'm coming and selling out Wrigley's. Nigga, I'm just a product of poverty, full of narcotics to profit off quickly. My family tree got a history of users that struggle with demons, not really the hustler instincts. Therefore, often my pockets was empty. So while some of my partner was serving up rocks on the corners of project assemblies, me, I was starting to envy. Wanna be on the top where it's plenty. Wanna be in the spotlight where every bitch want me like Rihanna dropping new Fenty. What I see in the sky, the villas of Scylla can't reach up too high evidently. Nah, shit. I can't reach up too high evidently. Never seen no one driving a Bentley. I can't be out here mopping up Wendy's.
My life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. And I done made it out the struggle, don't judge me. What you're saying now won't budge me. Cause where I come from, so often people you grow with laying in a coffin. But I done made it through the pain and strife. Is my time now, my world, my life, my life.
Say what? The stuff that I seen got me traumatized. I let the K go when Johnny died. Swinging them motherfuckers side to side. We don't participate in with that squashy shit. All we believe in is homicide. I got a good heart, so I send teddy bears every time we make they mamas cry. I pray that my past ain't ahead of me, 21. When I'm in love, I love heavily. If you betray me, you dead to me, 21. I disrespect you respectfully. I got some partners who left this earth. Maybe the pain made it better, on God. Just know that they secrets is kept with me, God. I feel like the streets is in debt with me, though. I gave my heart away to all the dog hoes, cause that's who accepted me, 21. I blame my pops for that shit, cause if he didn't fail, he could've corrected me, 21. Give all the props to my mama, cause no matter what, she always protected me, God. I promise you it ain't no checking me, God. Jump in the water, get wet with me, 21. You want my money or wanna have sex with me? Can't let the odds of the law get the best of me. I get the answer and you get the test of me. I see chicken, you niggas is breasting me. Planted a seed, but that ain't a sesame. Can't let you niggas the bitches.
It's time.
Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get the cash like me, get a fast like me. Like Soulja Boy got stacks on deck. She too young, one pass to the tag. New bitch let niggas smash like Melee. Her old nigga a square Wayne Brady. I got rats, nigga call me 80. Smoking in 80 since I was a baby. Still your bike and I spray painted. I'm from the concrete, you from the suburbs. My pockets thicker than peanut butter. Feel like the Wayans, I need my brother. She too cold, but you need some cover. She come home with me, need rubber. Send her home, she live with her mother. I'm a hero to a baby brother. Color purple like I'm Danny Glover. My money talking funny and stutter. Yo, you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me.
Hey, yeah, check it out. Shorty wet like aqua, and that's my favorite feature. Cause when I dive in your water, I go deeper, I go deeper. You like my quarterback, and I'm your wide receiver. Cause when you tell me go deep, I go deeper, I go deeper. Go deeper, go yeah, little shawty, go deeper. Go deeper, go deeper. Go you wanna get naughty, go deeper. Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. Let's do go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. Bring me your back, go deeper, go deeper. I go
swimming in it. Jack my doggy pedal. Michael Phelps up in that water. Look at all these medals. I'ma dive deep. No, I can't control myself. I've been underwater way too long that I can't hold my breath. I done drowned in that, yeah. But I swear that shit was worth it. Woo! And if shit got that tsunami, then you know I had to surf it, yeah. I'm drowning in a plane tonight. Take a swim in the water. I take a swim in the water. Splash. Shorty wet like aqua, and that's my favorite feature. Cause when I dive in your water, I go deeper. You like my quarterback, and I'm your wide receiver. Cause when you tell me go deep, I go deeper. Yeah, little shawty, go deeper. Go deeper. Go get naughty, go deeper. Let's go deeper. Bring me your back, go deep. I go deep, feel the water on my feet. Yes, water everywhere, man, it's more than just a leak. Full play head first, then I dive in head first. Swim good, said she hold my legs word. Hold up, what was I thinking? My ship is nearly sinking. Too deep up in your water, girl, I just might have to drink it. Just had to let you know, I've been practicing my strokes. I done fell out of my boat, now I'm trying to stay afloat. I'm drowning in a plane tonight. Take a swim in the water. Take a swim in the water. Splash.
Run that back, turbo. I live in Portugal's emergency. Kicking the door, it's a burglary. Ladies, that's up in the 3rd degree. 25 racks for a surgery. I know you just take a tough when I really pull up, you gon' call the authority. I'm in it, I gotta see who I really can trust, cause these niggas ain't for me. I'm in the ring and my back is the ropes. I'm a young king and I'm keeping them woke. Dropped out the push but ain't got what I want. Smoke with Scotty, it smell like skunk. Taking my mama and brother in, living up with the buck else you paying for. I shot on the block but didn't go to school. Hard knocks and none of this plan for. I bought her the big body Jaguar. We pull up with sticks like a task force. It's 220 MP the dashboard. You want a bad boy. On business, I got me a company key. Go get it, I get it, ain't working for free. You wanna see that show, gotta pay you a fee. She wanna be breaking the bit, Billy B. Really saving this cash. But with it, we kill him, ain't no sympathy. Dig up the grass and bury this body, don't nobody speak. I live in Portugal's emergency. Kicking the door, it's a burglary. Ladies, that's up in the 3rd degree. 25 racks for a surgery. I know you just take a tough when I really pull up, you gon' call the authority. I'm in it, I gotta see who I really can trust, cause these niggas ain't for me.
I'm sipping on purple, no bait. 21. I put them racks on the plate. I did. Say you want smoke, we gon' come where you stay. Take my gun everywhere, I'm from the A. We call it thotty, you call him the bait. Every nigga tried, we slid on tape. Nigga playing tough, got hit with a Drake. Rich and paranoid in the hills with a K. Nip it in the bud, I check that. 21. Yo, bitch in the vert on my lap with her neck at. Pull up in your hood, we'll scratch that. Yo, little nigga starving, send him a cap hat. First time owning no car fat. We got the same kind of guns like Star Trek. Don't need no keys to start that. So many hoes in this car, man, park that.
I live in Portugal's emergency. Kicking the door, it's a burglary. Ladies, that's up in the 3rd degree. 25 racks for a surgery. I know you just take a tough when I really pull up, you gon' call the authority. I'm in it, I gotta see who I really can trust, cause these niggas ain't for me.
I call to play with the stick, and my little hoe got a kick. She spent the night at the spot. Then I had feathers on grits.
Let's go.
I had her suck it on cock. I made her think that she rich. I give a bitch lock jaws. I'm a brick.
I'm a street. Can't give up finessing in my dream. Sing a song to your sweetie and falsetto like the dream. Shorty not a 10, she a beat. Damn, it's VV lit. Damn, it's a BB drip. Damn, I'm on TV lit. Call my grandma on her phone, is you seeing it? They think I was gonna go to a beer and just be like this. Damn, but I'm being this. I don't fear no niggas, only God and my mom. Niggas in my space, I turn my back like on Tom. It was in my spirit, ain't nobody put me on. Francois, Mama Cedar, call me Foggy, they got a song. Hey, I bring a song. Damn, why they ain't let Brenda play Mulan? I was gonna be this nigga all along, and I knew it. Go y'all bad, Fendi bad, get into it. Get into it, get into it, get into it. Lordy beat her face, said she want me, get into it. Get into it, get into it. Hey, yeah, I'm extreme. Can't give up finessing in my dream. Sing a song to your sweetie and falsetto like the dream. Shorty not a 10, she a bean. Damn, it's VV lit. Damn, it's a BB drip. Damn, I'm on TV lit. Call my grandma on her phone, is you seeing it? They think I was gonna go to a beer and just be like this. Damn, but I'm being it. Look, it's a bird, it's a plane. Oh, nah, that's a thought. They gon' fold just like what I thought. Niggas keep on stealing swag, damn, got me hot. Nigga talk to God every day. One thing that he told me, don't ever lose faith. It gon' take a minute, but I knew it was gonna be great. Damn, shit. Go y'all bad, Fendi bad, get into it. Get into it, get into it, get into it. Lordy beat her face, said she want me, get into it. Get into it, get into it.
Killer, it's the off season. Let's keep it tall. Y'all ain't fucking with my man. And don't check your watch, you know the time. Cold World, Killer Cam. Niggas is fucking finished.
This shit too easy for me now. Nigga Cole been going plat since back when CDs was around. What you sold, I tripled that. I can't believe these fucking clowns. Look how everybody clapping when your 30-song album do a measly 100,000. If I'm betting on myself, then I completely double down. If you hated on a nigga, please don't greet me with a pound. I be staying out the way, but if the beef do come around, could put an M right on your head. You Luigi brother now. Trace my steps all in this game. You can see we cover ground. Back and forth from NC to New York when Jeezy had the crown. Vivid memories. Niggas start to squeeze, we ducking down. So many shells left on the ground that make the Easter Bunny proud. I get up, dust my clothes off. Sleep is the cousin of death. No plans to doze off. The streets that don't come with a rep. I never sold soft. Just creep where the hustlers crept and got they O's off. You reach niggas up and like Steph to blow your nose off. Zoom tight and then resume flight as if it never happened. Shit we witnessed full of so much sickness. Angels shedding tears in heaven. Word to Eric Clapton. Off this clever rapping. Bitch, my pockets gon' forever fatten. They gon' forever fatten.
See? You try to tell niggas, they act like they don't even fucking speak English.
Bitch, my pen of the paper's lethal. I'm sending them straight to meet the nigga that made them peep the reaper creeping on you. The sin of failure reeking on you. Check your genitalia, pussy niggas bleeding on yourself. Fucking with coal is bold, but it's impeding on your health. All your niggas eating off your wealth. All my niggas feeding all they selves. And it feels swell, Krispy Kreme dreams. Sometimes my dogs wanna kill 12, Cause they steady harassing. We seen dilemmas like Nelly and Kelly that ended the deadliest fashion. My young niggas nutty, they blasting. Bullets be humming like Cuddy, but one of your hoodies spaghetti splashing. All over the driveway, y'all talking all sideways. Shots popping off, y'all laid down. Cops talking off y'all legs now. Shit. Y'all watching Hey Yahweh. My niggas look up to the sky like we sending in Yahweh. We sending in Yahweh.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all see what the fuck going on out here. Killer. Harlem, I-95 shit, Carolina, 26, stand up, nigga.
Drunk off the porch and made a pissed up at the bank. Like I'm playing golf, I could hit hoes today. Glass house, loft Atlantic station, had it trapped out. Water on my wrist, like I died in the Atlantic. Wine, sell it, leak, all the slides, never panic. I thought about my band, going to the top, I had to manage them. Walk hard, rock star. Black, excellent stars in the car. I make Barry Bonds hits. Unlike Tony, unlike Mitch. Match my voice to the tempo, I get paid in full. Paid cash records just like Chavo and Zebo. Keep that moolah like my brother Moolah name. Sure ain't know that I'm lit. I got the world in my reach. Time screeching, we gotta geek up. Diablo shotty. I got a party pack in my pocket. Let's get the party started. Yacht club, I'm the captain. She had attention sergeant. Claustrophobic, too many racks, put them in the flow. Superstar.
Early.
Yo,
Technical difficulty.
technical difficulty. We have that. We have that a lot over here. Thanks for bearing with us. All right, yeah. Hopefully we back on. You know what I'm saying? We're having some issues. So if we leave, you know what I'm saying, we might leave. You know what I'm saying, and see us next week. But okay, shout out to John. He says we good now. Appreciate you, bro. All right. And he peeped, and he was the first one to say, you know what I'm saying? He said all he heard was static before. So yeah, he peeped us going. All right. So yeah, all right. There's actually there's been some funny things going on this week. Actually, it's been a very interesting week. I know I say that every week, but fuck, like every week is interesting, honestly. Like I wholeheartedly mean that when I say that. But yeah, so we had the NBA play-in tournament. That was interesting. I really didn't even know what was going on with that. I didn't know the rules and stipulations of all of that until like this morning. Yeah. We had talked about it last night, but
it's funny because I thought I did too, because just from the actual name of it, playing games. So I thought initially the games that were being played were sudden death already.
Yeah.
On top, but then I found
out that's what they were. They were one game joints, like one offs.
So it was actually there were 4 games in total. One of the games, like the first initial games, was for the team to actually secure their 7th seed.
Okay.
So whoever secured
so 7 played 8.
I'm 7th, and now
8 plays
the game has to play their way for the 8th seed, and whoever loses that game, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing to see, because I thought the Wizards, when they had lost to the Celtics, Tatum dropped 50 on us. Thought it was quiet, but then I found out they had another chance, and they just blew out with the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, last night.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that happening, or you didn't see it?
I didn't see them blowing them out.
Yeah.
If I really think about it, I still had them in the win because I was like, look, Russell, Bill, this is what y'all for. Like, if y'all them dudes, not even if y'all them dudes.
Yeah.
Pacers is lit, but they don't got Karis LeVert, and that's a big scoring option for them. So I was like, yo, y'all should be able to take them out the way, and it was like a 30+ victory. So I was like, okay, that's very cool. But now they're in the 8th seed, and now we're gonna have a little, KD Russell reunion once more for their first round.
Oh, KD Russell.
But,
No. Oh, so cool. Wait, don't they play the Sixers?
No. Oh, did the Sixers have the first round?
I think the Sixers. I think so. I saw that on ESPN earlier today.
I didn't.
Let me fact check that real quick. But no, shout out to the Wizards though, because we were going on them early in the season. We did not they didn't look like they were going to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah,
honestly, they did not look like they were going to be a playoff team this year.
After All-Star break, they won 17-6. Turned it up. You know what Russell's triple average, like his average the past month was before this. This dude was averaging 21. 14 boards, 16 assists. That's what his month.
That's no slack triple double right there. Because we're used to him getting the triples, but like 14 and 16
averaging.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
It's just you laugh like
that's almost 15 and 15 right there. That's 15 and 15 in a way. Nah, it's crazy. But I do. So Russell Westbrook delivers on midseason vow. Midseason vow leads to the Washington Wizards. Nigga vowed in the midseason that we will go to the playoffs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Washington next faces the top seeded Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday.
Oh.
So
gives them a little breathing room.
But I mean, the Sixers is no.
They'll
still lose that series.
But the Nets was more so of a.
That would have been a story.
With the Sixers, there's a sliver.
There's a sliver of a chance.
Just a sliver. Sliver is like, and when people be like, "No, they're not," I'm like, "Bruh, a sliver."
What's that matchup look like? Like where do things work for Washington? Where do they not work for Washington? Like what does that matchup look like if we look at it realistically?
Well, Washington has better perimeter offense, but at the same time, Ben Simmons is also the best perimeter defender in the league.
Big facts.
And can arguably win Defensive Player of the Year. That's how good Ben Simmons is.
Yeah.
As much as we like to harp on the fact that offensively he leaves a lot to be wanted.
Yeah.
Defensively, he's a fucking animal, and he can guard 1 through 5, and that is very important today. But to that point, Wizards are gonna go as far as Beal and Westbrook take them.
Big facts.
But additionally to that, I say that to say they actually have to be at the top of their game throughout the whole series. You will need your Rui Hachimura's. You'll need your Bertrands. You're going to need another individual on that team to be able to consistently
produce. That's the thing about the playoffs. That's the thing about the playoffs. You need, I think, your third option to be to ball like a second. You know what I'm saying? For the consistency of a series. You know what I'm saying?
And especially just depending, like when you looking at who they're going up against. Sixers, they're no slouch defensively, and they could put them buckets up themselves too. But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's really quiet for them because, like, as soon as we talk about Joel Embiid, there is nothing.
That's what I'm trying to think.
And he's going the way he plays, and I'm forgetting a name of another
Robin Lopez
on the Sixers too. I'm blown. He's actually made his way to be like a top 10 defense. Like the Sixers perimeter D, they're solid, and then you have Embiid in the paint. And Embiid is also, he ain't gonna win it, but he's also arguably a defensive candidate. Like nothing's so like they have shit covered. So for the Wizards, they love to slash, love to cut to the lane and shit like that. Looking at Scott Brooks, you're gonna have to like game plan some shit. Y'all niggas cannot will your way to winning this series. You're gonna have to be on some like how Brad Stevens would do with the Celtics sometimes. Like you're gonna have to really game plan some shit and try to like schematically trying to beat these dudes because I don't know, like when I think that offense, defense, they got Doc Rivers at the helm now. It's really, really quiet for Wizards. Wizards is like one of those little warm-up rounds. Like, yo, even though the AC, it's a nice little way to warm ourselves up.
Warm us up for the rest of
them out of here. Big facts. And that'll be that. And then unfortunately it'll be another year, Russ. It'll be like 4 out of 5 years went out the first round. Sucks because, you know, when he had made that move from, well, not him, but when KD had made that move from OKC, it was really hard on KD. I really did not fuck with that move. I was just like, just the parody of the league. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, yo, 7-3-9.
That was that's the that was
like, and I was so blown because I was like, I literally seen y'all niggas up 3-1 on these niggas in the playoffs.
Yeah,
not 3-1. They was up 3-2, and they beat y'all. They came back and won. So I was always under the mindset that no, y'all team could have did it.
Y'all could have did it, and you were like, no.
And now, as we fast forward, I still didn't like that move. I understand the move, though. I understand it totally. You had like KD, you had to get 2 rings real quick and 2 Finals MVPs. Like anybody looking back,
and also just get out of a toxic relationship that you didn't want to be in. Like
that's the part I was going to go forward to. I'm like, damn. Now in these past 5-6 years, you like, yo, is KD right? Like he was right, wasn't he? Because this is.
I mean, he was right for himself. Like the thing about it is, we
thinking a right thing in terms of anybody in my position. If you see, and it's nothing about Russ. It's like you need complementary players. I'm really not that complimentary to him, but whether you know it or not, like I can ball and do my thing. But at the end of the day, when KD was with the Warriors, the thing that was really cool to see was, as great as they were, they did defer to him. Like when it was time, even the nigga like Steph was like, yo, KD, take us home. Yeah. With the Thunder, it's more so like, because I don't know if Russ want me to take home today. Like maybe it's gonna be a fight.
He's over there with his hands up, like is the ball coming to me?
Ain't gonna argue, but it's like a little tension. Like, bro, why do you even like, bro? I should be the one taking that shot. What do you need? And like when you look at Russell too, it's like, and I love Russell, but it's like, you know, his jumper never really came along, and nowadays guards be pulling that thing. Like, they be pulling that, and like if you can't do it, and niggas literally leave space off you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're playing defense on everybody else but you, and just forcing you to do one thing. So
I mean, fuck. Where did Brad finish on the scoring list? He okay, because Curry went nuts for the last couple months, honestly. But I was more just saying because you know, Bradley is going to have. We're gonna need a consistent. He's gonna have to really ball because we don't have, like you said, that third option. That's a consistent. Like we know that this guy's gonna be the guy. But the thing about the playoffs too is like it remains to be seen. You don't know who's gonna fill that role. You know what I'm saying, or who's gonna fill those shoes. So like that's gonna be interesting.
On the other side, though, we had the Lakers.
I was about to say what's going on the West.
Yeah, so we took care of the Warriors easily, and what was the other plan? The Grizzlies and the Spurs, and I'm pretty sure. Could you check that? I'm pretty sure the Spurs beat the Grizzlies, but I'm not sure. But yeah, now the Warriors are playing whoever for that 8th seed, I think, tonight. But yeah, so with the Lakers, though, to me, it's all about health for us. As long as we're
all about what?
Health.
Oh yeah,
all about health. As long as we're healthy, I find us going to the finals. And to be honest, a lot of people are giving it like a foregone conclusion as if the Nets are gonna win this shit. And I mean, on paper they should, but sometimes, sometimes you really need things to actually marinate. And I'm thinking that as long as we have health, I'm thinking that the fact that we already are like battle tested with this actual team, we won the shit last year, I think that's advantageous for us. But I'm not gonna lie. I could see the Nets roster is better. That's just 100%. It's just a matter of will they put it together. But let me not even act as if it's just gonna foregone conclusion the Nets. I'm really trying to see a Bucks and Nets series are like a.
So tonight we got Memphis and Golden State.
There we go for the 8th seed.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Golden State. We already know Curry.
That's gonna be good. Yeah, he's not gonna let them go home.
40 at least.
Yeah, at least. And then Saturday. So Saturday is when the playoffs start. Is that what it is? Or is this? Or are these? Oh, Dallas, LA,
there we go.
Boston, Brooklyn. But okay, yeah.
Okay, playoffs start this week. Hey, y'all, this is lit.
This tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. So LA's playing Phoenix.
Damn, I wish. Oh, hold up.
The Lakers are playing Phoenix.
Hey, bro, can you check the Monday game? Where is that at? I'm gonna be in Miami, so
Milwaukee.
I'm trying to go to a
but
game.
they don't do in person. You can't go to a game.
Yeah, you can.
In the NBA.
What did them joys say? What did that say?
Oh, tickets is.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? How did I miss
slowly,
that,
bro? Slowly, the capacity they.
Yeah, that's crazy. How did I miss that? Okay, yeah. Okay, so
I'm catching a game this next week.
You say you're catching the game next week?
Oh yeah, catching somebody's game.
Yeah, big facts.
Oh yeah,
big facts.
That's
yeah, that's crazy. Because I was just thinking like, nah, like I feel like I haven't been seeing nobody in.
Like I might have to go to a Wizards playoff game. Like this lit. Like I see Wessel yesterday. You know
yeah.
And I was like, I look at the.
Who's he talking to?
There's select. I was like, that's funny. Like the people probably feel real special. Like
yeah, like he's literally talking to me. Literally talking to us. No, speaking of the Lakers, did you see what's going on? I guess kind of speaking of the Lakers, just because Matt Barnes and Kwame Brown. Fucking Kwame Brown versus Up the Smoke. What? Bro, that's pure hilarity going on right now.
Most interesting trending topics I saw on my Twitter.
Dog, that came out of nowhere. I saw Kwame Brown. I saw. Dog, I saw. Listen. I bro, the way this came across my radar, I saw like. I was on Twitter and I saw like a shorty, not even somebody that I know, just a shorty talking about Kwame Brown. I was like, why is a chick like why is a random chick talking about Kwame Brown? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? You got to like only select few people only know who Kwame Brown is. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, exactly. So. I was like, why is he being talked about? And then I dig into it and I just see a video of him going in on Matt Barnes, and I'm like, wait, this nigga don't like Matt Barnes? Why? Like, you know, I'm like, what? I'm like, when did they cross back? I'm just thinking.
You ain't see him go.
I saw him going in on Matt Barnes in the car. He was in the car wearing like a cowboy hat.
Oh, that boy went on. He went on Steven Jackson.
I figured he had to.
Went on Gilbert's. Had a lot.
Went on Gilbert Arenas.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, you got to people. But anyway,
let me see if I can find this shit on Twitter real quick,
bro. I'll show you which one it was.
Nah, but go ahead. But give me your what was going on?
I mean, it's so funny, but I'm like, yo, I feel him, and this is from somebody.
Feel him on what accord? Like what's the beef?
I feel him in terms of. And it's not like the other side was wrong, but in terms of, I feel him in like, no, he has every right to speak on that shit. Since y'all niggas are going to speak on him,
he be talking about. He be talked about.
It's so funny. It's like if you speaking on me to what? To entertain who's watching your shit, and I'm the butt of the joke multiple times, nigga. You're drunk if you think I'm not about to just speak my mind. Like
big facts.
It's not, you know, like we'll probably get into the button and the Rory. This is like, there's no business. I have no business with you. Y'all niggas just making me the butt of y'all jokes on y'all platform and shit. Hell nah. Like, I'm gonna say something. And then it's so funny because a nigga like Kwame, he be talking. It's like, yo, bro, you felt this way for years. Like, ain't nobody just come out the blue feeling like this.
Yo, now I'm looking. Now I'm on Twitter looking. It looked like Kwame Brown got smoked with Jamel Hill.
Oh. Bro, he probably did, bro. He had
I'm looking at a tweet from Jamel Hill when she's explaining herself. She's explaining herself in a tweet, like to Kwame Brown. I said you chose violence, and it's an expression from Game of Thrones. I didn't call you violent. Please and thank you. He's just going on everybody.
You know the tip he be coming off of. He be off some dog. Just please,
I'm looking for a video. Okay, I see this video. Hold on, let me.
Black Biden voters. Nah, that ain't the one. That ain't the one. Hey, I'm glad he talking this shit.
Kwame Brown, Black Biden voters, yo.
No, but basically, bro, he was saying
that shit way down the timeline now.
Like, he said to Gilbert, he's like, yo, Gilbert, you took money out my mother. You took millions out my mouth, nigga. He said, y'all niggas talking black empowerment, nigga.
Yeah.
He like, you the whitest black boy I'd have never met.
Yeah. Yo. And this nigga Kwame Brown got a lot of content. Bro, this nigga really be talking to the people.
He been going up. The thing is, you can't really argue
a lot of different videos.
Even all the smoke shit. He said, how the fuck y'all niggas got a podcast called All the Smoke and y'all don't want none of the smoke?
Yeah.
Y'all like
Big
he
facts.
said
They're talking about weed,
many
probably.
times out of yo, he be going like Steven Jackson, you fake thug. He said, pull your pants over your damn ass and put the blunt down. You're making us look bad. He's like, he said, as black men, we need to move, and you just moving like a fake thug, nigga. That's all you ever was. Like,
weak.
yo. And then he said, and Matt
Nigga said Kwame on an emotional rampage.
He ain't even called this nigga Matt Barnes. He said Becky with the good hair. He said
what?
He called Becky with the good hair. And then he had a whole soliloquy for Matt Barnes. He was like,
I saw him going in on Matt Barnes,
like,
but probably not what you're talking about.
He said, cuz you have a problem. Do you know how crazy you have to be locked out of your own property? And they put the gates up on you.
Shit.
You're a crazy nigga.
Oh shit.
You have, and he was like, bro, he even went as deep to say, dog, did your black grandfather hate you?
Yeah, was it the white one? Was it the white one or was it the black one?
There's some deep issues. I was like,
Nigga said, was it the white one or the black one?
Like, yo.
I don't know why that's so funny. That is so stupid.
Yeah, like, no, Kwame, like he really, like he running you to feel it. Like,
I'm
nah,
fucking
bro.
weak. I'm fucking weak,
And then,
dog.
like, it was so funny because Matt Barnes had his.
I was about to say, so like, what's coming out of the other side?
Matt
Like,
Barnes had this little 2-minute diatribe.
I saw that one.
Kwame. It was so funny too because he did it in this little, try to be witty, professional little.
Try to be chill,
like,
cool.
sending shots type shit. And then Kwame like responded back, just laughing. He's like, nigga, you think I don't, nigga, your show suck? You think I'm gonna give you ratings? Because now niggas want to listen to what I gotta say?
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of here. I already asked y'all niggas. I'm good on that. He said, this nigga want to box me. What the fuck is wrong with him? He said, like, nigga, go to the community.
Who wants to box him?
Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes wants to box.
Yeah, Kwame is like, he
Brown.
basically like, so y'all niggas missing the, like, this is not a clout thing for me. I'm just calling y'all niggas exactly how I view y'all.
Yeah.
That's it, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like, y'all was not
we don't gotta do nothing for the cameras. We don't gotta do a fucking
like every video
fucking Jake Paul and
like,
Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yo, bro, he not wrong. Like, he not wrong. He's just coming like, bro, I gotta just defend my name because nobody in this world will defend.
No one's gonna
me.
defend him.
Never gonna defend
no one's.
me.
He's always the butt of the joke.
Even Stephen A. Like, he went on Stephen A. and he was going on Stephen A. for shit Stephen A. said in 2007. That's how I was like,
really,
bro, you really. This is on your heart.
This
like,
nigga got himself a platform now. He's like, fuck it, I'm coming for everybody.
Even the Kobe sheep was, hey, bro, this is the first thing I heard earlier in the week. He like, everybody trying to talk about Kobe 81-point game. I had we combined for 82 points. Niggas like, he said, y'all niggas is like hilarious. He's like, y'all niggas don't know. Everybody in the league is already elite.
Yeah,
the most elite.
Yeah,
like, so y'all niggas be trying to play me. And
100%.
He's like, nigga, 1 point. He's like, nigga, did you see that dude? He shot every joint he took. There was no shots for us.
Yeah.
He took all the shots.
Yeah.
He said, were y'all not entertained?
Yeah.
He said, like, always like the 300. He said exactly like, are you not entertained? He said, nigga, did you see those pics? When he said, did you see those pics?
Yeah.
I was dead. I died. I was like, you know what, bro? And get the facts. Nigga got to set a thing for you to get open.
Nah, that's hilarious. This nigga Kwame Brown is on a rampage.
Bro. So like his whole perspective with it, I like the way his tone with these niggas though. I'm like, he's talking like he's 20 years. He's younger than all the niggas.
That's the thing.
And he talk, and it's so funny because
it's like he's over it. It's like, nigga, I'm over this.
Nah, bro, because I look at them and I be like, I never was critical in them of that way at all, and I don't think it's a big critique. But like the way Kwame pictured it, I was like, I mean, it's not a problem, but he's saying facts.
But he's not wrong.
I think it's your brand, though.
Yeah,
like, cool. Like Gilbert,
I think it's your brand. Yeah, Gilbert is a ratchet. He's literally a ratchet.
He's a wild nigga. Like that's.
So I got the No Chill Gil podcast.
When Kwame be saying shit, I'll be like, nah, I don't know, Gil. I don't know. You
know
what I'm saying?
Gilbert Arenas is definitely problematic. It's just that it's his brand. Like we just kind of love him for it now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like he was literally like a bully to Nick Young, and we all laughed at it. But we laughed at it, and we were very like.
I'm talking about if I'm Nick Young, that's not even funny to me.
I feel like Nick Young was laughing too.
Because Nick Young is just a fool, bro. He thinks life is a joke. Nigga, that Iggy shit, like even how that played out, like, bro, it wasn't a joke. Like nigga, Gilbert was spray painting his. He's like, oh, Iggy, like when they going through it, he's like, Man, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Spray paint my artwork.
Yeah.
My Vic in my crib.
Yeah.
You know why?
No,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
laughing right now, but when this camera's off,
Yeah.
I know they're friends.
Yeah.
They
be really fucking with each other.
And that's weird too. We can even talk about that too. Sometimes people be trying to measure a friendship in terms of how they view it, or like what you could get away with in the friendship. And that's how deep. But sometimes it's just like, nah, that's just fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, yeah, people be actually out here now and be like, that's a friendship. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, I didn't know friends do that.
But I be like, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge your friendship. Y'all call each other friends. I'm not gonna judge that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If y'all both cool with each other, then fuck it.
Big facts. Yeah, let's go ahead and take our little commercial break before we get into the rest of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Goody, everybody. This is Bruke and Mek, and you are now tuned into Early the Morning Podcast, where we talk about a multitude of different topics, where you're bound to hear something that's of interest to you as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to It's Nation TV. If you're catching this on Facebook, go ahead and go ahead and comment, engage with us, and you can go ahead and follow me at Bruke and Mek, and you can follow my Brody Mek at itsnation.com.
Y'all know I make a lot of podcasts, and every podcast needs a website. Literally, I've tried to put all of my podcasts on one website, It's Nation TV, but I've definitely gotten to a point where I've realized that in order for each podcast to grow individually on its own, each podcast needs its own website. And the easiest way to make a website for your podcast is on podpage.com. Like, literally, it's the easiest way to make a website for your podcast. Like, dog, I'll do it right now. Like, literally. All you got to do is go to podpage.com. You know what I'm saying? If you got your podcast on Apple Podcasts, you literally type the name of your podcast in. You know what I'm saying? You type in an email for your account and boom, it literally, dog, I don't know how it does it. It's magic. It literally pulls up a bunch of different website templates from your podcast. And that's not even the crazy part. What's crazy is all of this is free. They got different tiers. They got a pro tier. They got a basic tier. Then they got the free tier. You know what I'm saying? The pro tier is definitely the way to go if you're taking your podcast seriously. But like with all of the tools that podpage.com gives you, it's well worth the bread. Like well worth the bread that it is. Check the link in the description to get started with podpage.com. It's literally going to be the best thing you've done for your podcast. Big facts. Niggas is still residually laughing at the Kwame shit. Yeah, but so another interesting thing that happened this week, man. If you're into the crypto space like we are, you saw a big, what would you call that? A crash? That was a crash.
No, technically I'd call it a market correction, but you call it a flash crash.
Yeah, flash crash. Flash crash. I like that. Yeah. Flash crash, because that shit was a flash, bro. When I tell you,
for the whole morning.
That shit, bro. Literally, dog. Let's start from the top of the morning, bro. Let's start from the top of the morning. Because the nigga woke up. I woke up at probably 6 o'clock that day. Okay, so and bro. But the thing is, it was already dipped a little. It was dipped significantly. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Right. And then you had texted me what you had texted me maybe an hour after that. I got out the shower and saw a text from you. And then I was like, oh, this shit's it's going down more. Well, yeah. Bro, by the time I get to work, complete chaos. Like complete chaos. I can't I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm like, this is the moment. You know what I'm saying? Complete chaos. But yeah, you told me yesterday that was the biggest change in price that's happened in a 24-hour span. And I believe it, because I was gonna say like that's probably the biggest shift I'd ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
And luckily it was a shift towards in a direction we had wanted it to, because it moved $10,000 one direction and
right back up
just as much.
Yeah, right back up. Today is back at 40, or it's hovering over like 40, 39 ish.
Yeah, exactly, 39 and 41. So now it's finding back its stability and about to go for its round two. But what was I gonna say with the flash card? Yeah, man, it's so funny. I talked to several people that actually sold on a dip, and I was just like,
sold on the dip?
Yeah,
sold.
Yeah.
Why they were
What was
scared?
so funny too is like if you actually look statistically too, like my boy had sent me $7.7 billion got liquidated on that crash. Like a lot of people like a lot of people are trading too, and so a lot of people lost mad money, and I was like, damn, I'm so glad
got liquidated. That means that they sold
like,
their assets and then they turned it to cash.
Liquidated as maybe you had stop losses, maybe you didn't have stop losses. Like you put buy orders in.
Okay,
it was gonna go up.
Yeah,
shit went the other way. Not only did it go the other way, like
it
didn't
so
gradually drop. Like when Bitcoin does shit like that, you're out. Like whatever your SL was, you're out. You're already gone. Whatever the leverage you had, your trade is canceled. Like you probably had a stop limit at 35. Shit went from 37 to 32 to 29. And sometimes when shit like that happens in the market, bro, I never thought this was possible. I remember when I was trading one time through Hugo's Way, I actually owed these niggas money. Because you can have your SL or whatever, but if the market moves in such a volatile level that it's right here, and let's say at $37,000, your SL is at 36. But if the market just goes from 37 to 32, they're like, no, we don't catch that 36. Oh, you owe us. The market just moved in that one move. It just did that. Now you owe us exactly what you're down now. So now you owe us. You owe the bank. That like little terminology, just like, damn. So like I remember one time trading. But
that's until it goes back up, right?
No, because your trade is no longer active. So you are now in the red. You need more money to make money. Like that's like, how do I say it? You're only what you're saying is if you had the money to even hold that hit.
If you had, I'm more saying if you have the value that's there.
Well,
that makes sense.
I don't know if you're viewing it in like an investment term. I'm talking strictly trading. So if you're leveraging, and you know what I'm saying, you have let's just say a
so what's the difference between trading and this is elementary to me? Like I feel like because I've never even considered myself a trader. Like I just buy cryptocurrencies at one point and then I sell them at a later point.
Trading is basically dealing with leverage. So you're borrowing the bank's money for higher gains, but at the same time you can get liquidated just as fast. So like if you have a 1 cent lot on Bitcoin and it's at 36,000. From that 1 cent lot, if it goes to $37,000 move, that's $100. If you do a 10 cent lot, you actually get that whole 1,000. So if we go to 36, and we see these fluctuations happen within an hour.
Yeah.
If you do a 10 cent lot and it goes from 36 to 37,000, that's $1,000. But understand, you're not putting no 10 cent lot unless you have maybe a $20,000 portfolio. Because Pete, like, how the fuck am I going to do that with 5,000 and is moving for every 1,000? It's one thing. Like I could get liquid. This shit could go to motherfucking 33 and I'm out. And now I lost 5 bands in an hour. Like nobody doing that. But same, boost it up. So a standard lot. Some people play with the whole lot. So if that 36 go to 37, you make a 10K off a $1,000 move.
Yeah.
So if you call it right, or if you read the chart right, you get a 36 to 4,000. Niggas be up. Like imagine niggas that traded the bottom of that crash, 29, already came up hundreds of thousand mils right off the recovery, take it right back out. So that's the trading game, and why a lot of trading is really enticing to people. And that's what's that technical analysis. Read the charts. Fuck whatever you heard about the coin. Oh, news, good news. It don't matter. Look at the chart. Like that fundamental news don't mean shit. If you ain't paid attention to that. But back to, so like 7.7 billion got cleared off the table just off of that move alone. But yeah, for a lot of people that seen that as like that was the most opportune time to buy. I mean, within this bull market, because you have a lot of people like FOMOing into shit and wanting to miss. And we just talked about it yesterday too. It's like, yo, bro, the best time to buy, like even just making the most layman terms as possible, is just like when it doesn't look like a time to buy.
When it doesn't look like it,
that is the best time to buy.
When it looks like it looks
like everybody's selling. It looks like everybody's selling, and everything's red and just going down. But
when it looks like it's going down.
But
but you know what it's supposed to do. You know what it's supposed to do. You know what it's capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I be telling people, at least it's very interesting because like at least in the last week or so, coincidentally enough, like I've been talking more with people who are trying to get into cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, man.
So like,
doesn't it pick up more and more to you? Do it?
Yeah, it's been picking up. So like, a lot of people in my family I've been having conversations with about like answering questions, telling them how to like set up, Coinbases and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And then this week, I was hitting them up like, yo, like this is the time, like buy something now. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's super cheap, but it's not because it's bad. It's because this is just what markets do, and it's going to go like Polygon. Polygon is my baby now. Like Polygon is my baby now. That shit shot up to like 230, and then went down to like 120.
A month ago, I brought that shit at 35 cents.
Yeah, I got that joint at 30 something cents. Yeah, I didn't know shit about it. That's why I'm calling it my baby, because I didn't know. It's Ethereum killer, so, like Cardano.
So not per se. They're operating on Ethereum. They're basically enabling Ethereum to operate even swifter and more efficient. But the cool thing about it is the reason why I had even bought into it initially was because, for one, I saw it was available on Coinbase, and it was one of the cheaper coins on Coinbase.
Yeah, it was.
And also, because I told you I'd be on the Clubhouse, and a lot of these NFT type rooms, like a lot of people have been using Cargo and have been minting their works via Matic because the tax fees on it I'm going to bring up a stat for you too, are considerably less.
So you can mint something on Matic and it be on the Ethereum blockchain.
Ooh. Yeah, it's transferable.
Yeah,
exactly. So you can have its own. It's a side chain. It can operate on your own side chain, or you can just easily transfer it over to.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Now this is the thing that you're going to be like, holy shit. On earlier a day this week, they had recorded the amount of transactions that were done on the Matic network, and they had recorded the transactions that were done on the Ethereum network. There were 3 times as many Matic transactions as Ethereum. Now, the Ethereum, for the transactions that cost for that day, it cost $36 million in gas fees for that day. Mm-hmm. Everybody using the shit, the fees they had to pay in gas equated to 36. Yeah. Matic had 3 times the transactions, bro, and added up to $3,090 in the fees. When I saw that was literally the day this shit started going into, I was like, yeah, cuz this might have been one of my lowest steals of the
bro. I don't even know why. There was a day.
This shit about to go,
bro. There was a day I was on Coinbase. It was one of those days. It was after one of our episodes, and sometimes after the episodes, just transparency for the audience. Sometimes we'll sit and just talk more about like some of the shit that we was talking about. And I remember we was talking about. I think we were talking about something about like just catching some of these joints that are like sub 1 cent, sub $1, and just like literally playing roulette. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I did. Like I went on Coinbase and started playing roulette with some of these sub $1 coins, and Matic was one that I got. And then one day I woke up and that shit was at like $2.
It was like I wish I put more. Like,
100%. But now, so now I'm like, but now I mean, bro, when I see Matic at like 150, 170, I'm like, I'm a because bro, that joint touched 230 something with ease. I'm not gonna say with ease, but like it went up to 230. But I feel like its potential is even still like I'm always hearing people talk about like Cardano and VeChain and Ripple.
Look at the price act like
but they don't.
Time it took for the
but
price.
they don't. But they don't even. But Matic be moving, you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I call it my baby, because it's like a joint that I just picked and it's kind of eating. But also, I mean, Telcoin is that same kind of way too, but like it's just not. I mean, no. Telcoin is that same kind of way too, but it's like the entry point was like sub 1 cent. You know what I'm saying? This was more. It was proven. Matic was like when you're in 30 cents, you're like you got something going for you, but you still need to. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta like getting to that dollar point is like another milestone. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny too, because like how I like to view things too, especially with Coinbase now being listed.
And if you're on Coinbase too, it's like
and Coinbase is
you're on Coinbase and you're sub 50 cents. Exactly. You're interesting to me.
Coinbase is actually a company that is traded in itself, so they actually are beholden to like making sure that they go about everything very precise.
Yeah,
there are so many cryptos.
Yeah,
we can't just let
people get bamboozled because they bought their shit on our platform.
So that's one thing I always be like, oh, Coinbase, they fuck with it. So I always be like, check on my rubric.
Yeah,
it ain't the end all be all by
it ain't the end all be all.
Coins on Coinbase like that.
It's like, a +1 for sure.
Yeah, like Bitcoin Cash. I don't give a fuck about Bitcoin Cash. I don't think it has a future, but I mean, you can make money on it. You know, and it's on Coinbase. But so there's that. But then it's the actual use cases. So even like a coin like Tezos, I know Tezos is going to be a very significant coin. Why? Because I only know how it's used in terms of the conversations that I've had, but it's being used in the NFT space heavily. People are on Hicket Nuke and they are minting works. Nigga, I minted my first work on Hicket Nuke yesterday.
Oh,
Do you
word?
know what I paid in gas fees?
No.
21 cents.
Okay.
It's like, wow, like Ethereum 2.0 is a ways away. Y'all have a lot of coming
already
right now.
But y'all are, I mean, but they're riding off of the Ethereum brand, which is strong. The brand is strong for Ethereum. You know what I'm saying?
I use it like this too, exactly, because we've seen Ethereum go ahead and touch 4,100. So like how I view it is, look, if these coins are providing the same use cases and the volume within these coins, I'm like, am I wild to think, long term this could potentially be $100 plus coin? Like imagine,
big facts.
Imagine
Big
it's an
facts.
investment. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't care to touch it at all.
I'm
just happy I grabbed it.
Yeah, I just want to have it. Literally, I just want to look at it.
I'm
I just want to be able to have it and look at it. And when I see movement on the charts and on the market, like when you see the daily movers, daily top movers, and you see a joint that you recognize and you know it's in your portfolio, that makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
one of my main bags where I'm like, I'm securing from this. Like I definitely got the fucking pot real nice and ready.
Yeah.
Bought on that dip yesterday, 2 days ago for the Tel, already nice in the clear, and like I've positioned myself in Tel to like, bruh, like we would talk about, like, bro, I'm trying to make a motherfucking annual salary, motherfucking Tel, within the next couple of months.
I feel that, bro. I'm definitely on, especially for the rest of this year. My goal is to, you know what I'm saying, start playing in the 6-figure range by next year, dog. 100%. Like I need to be playing there with the money that I'm like investing with. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I'm living with, bro.
Talk about maybe just potential like. Yeah, next
I saw a video on YouTube, like how to become a millionaire with Cardano. Like, do you be seeing those? Do they be coming up on your YouTube? You know how YouTube suggests it to you?
You know how many coins that you don't have?
Fill in the blank. Like, I mean,
they really believe it though.
They really believe
They're not
it.
trying to like.
They really believe it.
That coin, trust me, they're probably very aware.
And if you invest enough,
know,
and it goes to a certain number, then yeah, you will become a millionaire. But it's just about like what goes into it. But I mean, the thing is with me, I'm not beholden to any of these coins. Like I don't really care what any of them do. I just wanna, like you said, I just wanna have them so that when they do move, I'm a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Tel did make some significant. So you know what Tel's trying to do, bro? And I love the way they're going about everything. They really made marketing not a priority, and
not
now,
a priority.
No, not like it now, but like how they had started this shit. So now all of the attention Telus guy has literally been off their developments. It ain't because they've been trying to make it.
So I'm not hip to what they actually developed.
So what Tel has been doing, and literally a bill, fucking Nebraska just passed a bill and they're about to induct it into their banking system in Nebraska. That was a big win that happened yesterday. The bill passed. Tel's whole goal is to make global remittance fees average on 7.5%. Tel, through Tel's network, it will be 2.5. So this is something that banks are like, well, let's see. Right? Because if that's the case, then remittance fees is the fucking number one problem.
What's a remittance fee?
Basic taxes, like all the fees that you're having to pay just by sending and exchanging money.
Okay.
And Telcoin's also trying to be a solution to the unbanked. So do you have a phone?
Then you're good. Yeah, then you have money that you can exchange. Yeah.
Very powerful for a lot of people that couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Gencoin from a startup.
Right. That's basically right.
I did.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, very great.
Dope, right?
I loved it. I loved it.
Hey, bro.
We needed, and the way it ended, I mean, it didn't end. It didn't even end. It's like the story can definitely pick up. It's got to pick up, actually. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, something happened in development that they just stopped. Maybe the budget's not right. Maybe
it's the budget, bro.
Because something happened that the story was still going.
There's no way to cast.
It was not a 3-season story.
There's no way, because I've been seeing them address how they felt about this. Like, they really did fuck with the show off a personal level too. When I had seen how it ended, and like for those of you that don't know, we're talking about a show Startup that originally was on Crackle, and then now it transitioned over to Netflix.
Check out last week's episode number 28. Yeah, we talk a lot about 29. We go extensively into it, but go ahead.
But yeah, like I reference what? Why did I say?
Yeah, we were saying so we were referencing Gencoin because they are trying to give banks make people with phones bank, but we were talking about, just to sidebar to startup real quick, we were talking about how like the shit just ended in season 3, but like the story's not over at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know the directors, everybody that was involved in it were probably like, yo, if we were to end on this, it would be that ending where it's like, no, I don't want it to end, but damn, like I can't say it wasn't a great, like,
it wasn't a great ride.
Like, if you had to go out, right, you don't even have to try to satisfy do it like that, because you lead us with so many questions, kind of like it's like a Soprano type of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
lead us with so many questions. Yeah. 100%.
What the fuck now?
Yeah.
More so with even this. Like, what now though? Like, what's gonna go on? So, but they also set themselves up for success, because it's like that was 3 years ago, and you can just as easily start it up again.
It's easily.
It's so beautiful.
Like, honestly, there's no better time than right now to bring that shit right now.
They never got the number 1 on Netflix. You'll get it.
You'll get it right now, because you've already built up a new audience from Netflix. Netflix definitely exposed you to a whole new audience. 100%. And then this is the times that we're in. It's so into what y'all are talking about. What's crazy too is because the story arc is very interesting to like how, you know, the real cryptocurrency story arc went, which obviously is going to happen because of what the story is. But I just think it's interesting how they were using it for criminal activity at first, but then they became a legit operation. And that's literally how, you know, crypto came on people's radars at first. It's, Black Silk Road, and you know what I'm saying, it's the black market and all this type of shit. But it's like, no, like it actually works, and there's actually a real use case if you just use it for a different reason. You know what I mean? And so
I think pop culture is very, very interesting in that way, man. It's just something that I've always noticed since, I would say, how long? Probably this past decade, man. I kind of like noticed how things are referenced in these movies or whatnot, and we don't really take it at face value. But then some point in society, it actually like manifests itself, and it's not as if the film actually served as a blueprint to how we got here, or like everybody's like, oh, you see this film, we have to make this a reality. But I don't know, it's like art imitates life, life imitates art type of 100%. Thing, vice versa. And I don't know why I always use this like microcosm, but I always like to just reference iRobot, because that's just one of the pivotal, you know, even in that time, I wasn't really thinking to myself, this is impossible, but I wasn't like, yo, the robots are coming.
Yeah,
you feel me?
100%.
Like, and I love how they even made that movie in that type of way, right? Because they made it just realistic, but the push with their imagination, like, yo, like these are real people and shit, and these are like their creations going haywire. So it's like, oh, at that time, you know, I'm in middle school and shit, so maybe I won't fantasize about the possibilities of science, but like literally by 2011, there's no crazy shit happening. But 5 years later, if you ask me the same question, I'm like, you know, shit can happen.
Yeah.
Now, you know, fast forward, nigga, do you know Boston Dynamics? Go to that IG page and tell me what you see these robots doing, because these niggas is doing next level shit.
You got robots playing basketball and shit.
Yeah, that's just robots and shit. Like now we got this VR shit.
You got motherfuckers. I saw like motherfuckers that are like flying on themselves. They step on something and they fly. Do you see that? You ever seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Fucking Sean Kingston, real life. Sean Kingston got himself a little like hoverboard that goes like way up.
Wow.
It's like it goes way up.
Do you get strapped on it though?
Yeah, you strap yourself in, and then it goes way up. Like you're essentially in the sky. But I also saw a joint that like the Air Force or one of these military operations was using, where
I've seen that.
Maybe it was a jetpack, but I feel like it was kind of like a hoverboard type thing too. It was like nigga was standing on the shit, lift up from one boat and then went onto another boat. Yeah, like. Yeah, so like motherfuckers is technology is advancing.
Or some shit, bro.
Yeah, oh my god, I would love to do that. Go to Silicon Valley and see, like, because they're living in what we're anticipating. You know what I'm saying? They're literally living in it and they're creating it in real time. But let's go back to the
Let me get back to Tel.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's get right back there. Yeah.
To say one thing about Tel. The biggest thing about Tel. And I was like, oh, word. So with this V3 release that they're planning to do, it's their next little launch in their roadmap. Tel's actually, bro. Did you know Telcoin's actually trying to rival Coinbase as well? Telcoin is
Oh
trying
no,
to be an exchange.
Oh okay.
So I was like, oh y'all niggas trying to do big shit. I'm
Yeah.
glad I got in that.
Well, what are they doing now? Like, what is their what?
So what it is basically right now, like I told you, is just something that's supposed to make transaction fees, and taxes a lot less.
Big facts.
And it's also trying to enable people to bank. But what they are trying to do right now, what they're trying to develop is they're actually trying to be in their own exchange.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo,
that'll be tough.
That's
I mean, things like that it's all about marketing because there's so many exchanges. It's all about like marketing.
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do people know you? Do people want to use you?
And that's why I love it's like, yeah, go into legislation and make
they?
that real.
But my question is, well, do they? Because nobody knows. I mean, we know about Telcoin.
I'm more so like this. It's like, and I would prefer to go like this way. It's like, yeah, you could go market, or you could start really integrating yourself into how things are actually operating. And while people are marketing, they're like, no, we're being used though. Like they're actually using us. Like we're actually in a state and they're actually using us within their banking infrastructure. So do you know what else will happen? The surrounding states are going to look at that. You're going to have your Kansas, your Idahos, your Iowas. They're like, that's
question.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to actually have the answer for this or not, but something that I think about is all these exchanges are all these blockchains that are starting to be built that are using the you know what I'm saying, they're on the hill of cheaper gas fees, cheaper transaction fees, all these types of things. Isn't it because the more people that join it, that's what makes the price of the joints go up? Like Ethereum's gas fees wasn't always this high. You know what I mean? It's like once it became more popular, then it started becoming higher. So like what would stop any of these other joints from that happening to them once they become more popular?
To my knowledge, I think the Ethereum was more so. It wasn't a surprise that the fees would actually rise due to the usage, because I think for the people that are really familiar with Ethereum, they know that the fees were always correlated with how much use, because like Ethereum's, remember, like its purpose was more so smart contracts as opposed to be the feasible option for you to do what its purpose is. But I feel like with growth though, you quickly realize you're like, and then that's why you have the Ethereum 2.0 what they're working that's supposed to relieve all of this, because the ETH team knows that this isn't like sustainable, at least if you're trying to keep the people within your network. But I would say it's just something that comes as a part of the shit. Like while you built it up to be a solution to these problems, this is a con of it. The way that you built it, it's doing that. That's awesome. It costs a lot though.
Yeah.
So now you have to go back and fix that. Other people might come up in the mold where it's like, no, we made that a priority before we focus on the smart contract and all of that.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure though that it was feasible and that it was always feasible, because you were the first to market.
Yeah.
So we're saying
we're learning from
you, and we see it and we're like, okay, like now we know we can't be like that. We have to do it differently. But what ETH has to its benefit is being that first to the market, having that large market share, and then already working on their next thing. But that's where you can also say that might be the slip up, because it's like, well, there's other companies that are now coming to the forefront right now, and they're like, no, we got the answer. Like, we got the answer.
Yeah.
ETH 2.0
we got the answer right now.
That sounds nice, but like we're right here.
Hear me out. We got the answer right now because we're coming up. Like we don't got as many users as you. And you know what I'm saying? So once we get as many users as you, it's like, I got to check back in. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
this is not saying I don't know it for sure, but don't you think that maybe that's something they think also simulate by the use of bots and shit like that? Like maybe they could simulate to see, oh, this shit could handle it. Like it's not.
Let's look at Top Shot, for example.
Right.
Like how many times did Top Shot set up a release and then they were overwhelmed by traffic? But they used to do simulations. You know what I'm saying? They do these like, we're gonna drop something just to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly how to explain it, but do you know what I'm talking about when they used to do those like little simulations of
simulation of drops?
They would do simulations of drops. There was one time I
like it wasn't a
they
drop.
would it was how can I explain this? They would essentially it was like a fake drop. They would shut down the market the marketplace,
Right.
and that's how I would know what was going on, because like the marketplace wouldn't be open.
Hmm.
So you know how like when they do a drop, the marketplace closes.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think like it wasn't so like I could join the drop, but like they were simulating the drop on their website on their end. You know what I mean? I don't know what that looks like for them, but that's what they would say. They would send out an email. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that like, okay, yeah, I do think that they are simulating too, but like these motherfuckers simulate shit, and then when they put it into real life, it's still like, you know what I'm saying? Like what happens still happens. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what that's just my thing. Like when I think about all these joints that are like, oh, like I just remember that Ethereum gas fees weren't always what they are today. Right. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? So when I look at some of these joints who are like, oh, like our gas fees are less, it's like, okay, they are right now, but like, are you going to turn into what these niggas are, you know, a year from now? Because then we're going to be we're going to have the same problem.
I guess we delve in definitely into more of like a, you know, a developer.
Yeah, we would. I don't think we would have the answers, but that's what I worry about. Right. That's what I think about.
But yeah, exactly. I would just think that it's like, well, right. I'm sure you must take that to like exactly how you stated it. I'm like, well, this must have crossed your mind as well too. So
yeah.
With this? So, and that's an answer I would like to hear.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have it.
Yeah,
you know, you have a whole fucking coin project and shit like that. That's what
and y'all are championing yourselves out there as this. Like when motherfuckers say, you know, Cardano is calling themselves the ETH killer, then okay, if you're calling yourself that, then you got to be addressing these issues. That's just an example too.
That's exactly what people. That's another thing too. One thing I like, actually wouldn't like if they said that, but that's what the people.
Oh, people are saying that. Okay, so
that's another thing. I don't like a coin.
Okay, no, I was misinformed, but don't call yourself. Don't start giving yourself titles.
Yeah, big facts. Coin does that.
Big facts.
That's when I start looking at who's running.
It's cause for investigation about what's going on over there. Yeah, you like the little like the silent giants.
Yeah, you know, and like
or the workhorses
or marketing where it's like, yo, there's something to be said.
We're working.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Not like back in the day, bull run TRX, and it was like, yeah, I'm having lunch with Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett, you're gonna like,
bro,
you're doing optic bullshit.
Yeah.
The lunch didn't even happen.
Cloud chasing.
What are y'all doing?
Cloud chasing.
Like, can't be doing dumb shit like that.
Their content marketing. Fucking that shit actually reminds me. I don't know if motherfuckers saw this.
No,
I don't know if motherfuckers saw this on Netflix this week. You ever seen that show Money Explained?
I've seen the cover.
Yeah. Okay. So Money Explained. It's a good show as far as like just, you know, it's a good little documentary series. Right. So they did a joint on scams, internet scams.
Okay.
And like basically like how people can get scammed and like how it's possible and shit like that. And they were using pretty much this crypto space that we're in as an example of like how motherfuckers are getting scammed. And they were talking about this one coin called OneCoin. It was literally called OneCoin. You know about it?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
I think I've just seen it on the exchange.
Oh, okay. So like, they're a scam. So like, basically, it was this shorty who was like going around saying like OneCoin is gonna be like essentially like what Gencoin or like you know, the next Bitcoin, but like more, you know what I'm saying? Just like was just going around rah-rahing and collecting all this bread and scammed people. And then basically it was nothing. Like the day that it was supposed to go like public, quote unquote, or whatever, right, the shorty like disappeared. Like the shorty like disappeared. And yeah, it was a scam. You know what I'm saying? So like it just got me thinking about how, you know, if there are some scam coins out there. Like there's some things out there that are gonna prove, and not that these people are like, oh, like we know we're scamming you, but they're just gonna prove to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why, yeah. So like I just feel like there is kind of something to be said about like being weary about.
Investment is basically us being new age angel investors, if you will. It don't seem
it
like
is.
You're doing it. But what is the difference between going physically to meet them and see who wants your money? You just wouldn't view it like that because people are playing with hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. Usually, this investment would be like you're looking for millions. Like, hundreds of thousands to put in your shit. But in essence, I mean, they need that money within their company.
Yeah, and the thing is, it can be over time
to buy the coins.
No, that's 100%. And like the thing is, like to me. Because I think like literally what you just said, I'd be thinking about too. It's like, oh, like, you want to put in a lot so you can get out a lot, right? But you know, you can do it over time. Like, so you know what I'm saying? You put in some right now, you put in some a couple weeks from now, you put in some a month from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be over time. And the thing about these cryptos, like, they move fast, but also they move slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just as an example, like Cardano, Matic, the things that we've been talking about, they've been at the steady price that they've been at for the last like month or so. You know what I'm saying?
Look, somebody has, all depends on the code.
All depends on the code.
Word, I guess,
of
as
what?
it pertains. I guess Ace, elaborate on that if you care to. But I'm thinking that he was probably talking about, I guess, how do different companies, like when you're talking about Ethereum or Cardano, what makes
the gas fees change?
It's really about coding, and I know how people would sometimes
100%
like, that's a beautiful code. Like, you know, sometimes like
your code is flawless. I was really impressed by your code.
Another language, bro. Like, that's why I appreciate shit like that, because I'm like, bro, I don't know. I couldn't even evaluate that. I could not look at it and be like,
I don't know what good code is. I don't know what good code is. I don't know what bad code is. Yeah,
like, I don't know, what is it like?
Big facts.
They could just crack the code. Like,
and what's funny, that's the thing about code and like coding. It's so, like, oh my god,
shaper of reality.
It's so it's really shaping crazy. Reality in a way. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
imagination.
Everything, even the fucking display, like the computer,
oh my god,
the website we're on, your phone, your display, the front end, like everything single thing where tech is there. Coding,
coding is there. Yeah, that's a big fact. Man. But yeah, man, I think that's a good place to wrap up. Crazy week in the crypto space, but a cool week and a sobering week. But also, what's interesting is it was sobering in a way, but also, like, if you're in this for the long haul, you're excited about what happened this 100%. Week. You're super excited. Like, that was an exciting day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was an exciting day.
That was like, I come for my folk. It's like, dog, May 19th. This is a holiday. Everybody's like,
this is the day that will live on.
Did this day.
This is the day that will live on.
Like, yo,
that's so funny.
I was like, bro, that kind of like geek. That's
so funny.
I was so happy. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna remember this day.
Yeah.
I was at my garden. I seen this shit happen. I said, buy the dip. Like, I seen one. I was like. My instinct said buy.
Yeah, dog, bro. And that's the thing about crashes, or that's the thing about these dips in the market. Like, it's never scary to me. Oh, also in that Money Explained show, they were talking about how, like, the stock market crash of 2008 or something like that, and it was showing a little interview clip of this shorty who was like crying because she saw her investment portfolio go from like 80,000 to like 50,000, like during that time. And yeah, like that sucks. But also, like, if you're in it for the long haul, like, that will correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just will. Like, look at over any time span in American history, the market has gone up.
As long as your shit
it's
is
gone up. It will go down and then it'll go. As long as you just don't die while it's down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit will go up. So it's like this. It's nothing to worry about when you see, you know what I'm saying, big dips like that. If you understand what's happening. And that this is happening for the long haul and for the long term.
Of what that value is to you.
Yeah.
Like, if it's something that is actually, you value it in a way where it's like your livelihood is intertwined with it.
That's the thing too. Sometimes you never put yourself in a situation where you're all of your eggs are in one basket. It's so cliche, but like, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Just don't do that.
Let's talk reality, because you know what? We can say that, but a lot of individuals do live like that. And I will say this to that point too. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I know individuals. I know it's like I was talking to my boy yesterday. He literally was like, bro, I'm down to fucking 6 cents in my account. He's but the type of nigga he is, he'll get by. He'll live, he know what to do, you know what I'm saying? All his shit is in crypto.
Oh,
like, that's how he,
bro. I emptied my accounts on.
He like, bro, I'm like, I'm right to me. It's like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, who cares?
I'm chilling. Like, I don't care about this. I already know what's up. And I'm like, again, I'm like, that's not some shit I recommend. Period.
No,
it's
it's not a recommendation.
Can live like that, and I'm like, you know. That's some high stakes shit. That's just some high stakes shit, you know.
But it's also understanding what it is. Like, to 100%. Me, it was like, okay, for me, it was like, this is a moment, and like, you know, I'll have money again tomorrow, or like I'll have money again on another day. Like I can just hold my breath for a couple of days, but this is worth what, like what I'm paying is worth, like what I'm buying is worth what I'm getting for it. If that makes any sense.
Sometimes that comes with, you know, banking on yourself. When you bank on yourself, you
that's
know,
another thing.
That's
really another thing. You gotta move things around. You gotta maneuver, and it don't look pretty all the time, and it don't look like how you think. Like it sounds crazy to have $0 in your bank account, but if you know you're not a nigga with $0 to your name, then it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not be able to spend any money today, but that doesn't do anything to me because I know what I have. You know what I mean?
And you know what's so crazy? At the end of the day, any advice that's recommended to people or the shit that we listen to, you know, you really have to take it with a grain of salt, and it's truly subjective because everybody has different levels of discipline. Whoever's telling you, like, I could tell you the shit, but hey, whether you stick with it or not, I have no idea. But you didn't know what to do, what to do or not to do. And then it's just a matter of, can you hold yourself to that? So like, a lot of this shit is just a matter of being able to control your emotional behavior, and you know, depending on what type of situations or experiences you've had in your life, sometimes they don't even have to be within this investment realm. Sometimes it could transfer over. And it's like, I don't have like shaky hands, maybe because whatever experience I've went with this shit through bread or whatever, I'm looking at this like maybe it's not that much of a risk to me. Like this is not the risk. I've been through shit that I felt it was a risk, and this is maybe something that I'm not viewing as that. So always know that, you know, everybody's perspective is different. Just know your situation, and yeah, man, don't fuck up what you can't afford.
Shout out to Ace. He got back to us actually. Let me read what he said. He said it's all based on the logical conditions and the algorithms. You can keep the fees completely stable if you want. The ETH devs made gas price increase with volume to prevent overwhelming the chain. Okay,
that makes sense. You got to think about it.
It's like now I got to think about, do I want to mint this? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for explaining that too.
But you know,
that's very tough.
You know, that's also interesting. So that makes me even want to further look into ETH 2.0 then. Why didn't y'all just initially? Why wasn't ETH 2.0 just ETH then? You know, or was this something?
They probably. I think that the chain became overwhelmed. Like with NFTs, bro. Like once NFTs started blowing up, like Gary's talking about it, and like once that shit starts blowing up, like motherfuckers is like, I'm sure Ethereum could not have like probably predicted that all these people, like this influx would come in this short amount of time. Maybe they should have, but who knows?
What he said, like they made it commensurate with. Well, the more like they knew they made it.
More people are coming, so it's like, wait a second, like we can't like they'll pay what we charge. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll pay what we charge. Where you gonna go? Like where you gonna go?
We're working.
It's like a club. Like the cover, like you're gonna charge dudes 40 at the door, but all these shorties are in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to come in or do you not? And now it's 80 at the door. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna pay if they want to get in there. So like that shit does make sense, but you know that's why it breeds competition. Shout out to capitalism. It breeds competition, and now you know what I'm saying, you got motherfuckers competing for that. Shout out Claude. Shout out to Claude in here. But yeah, man, so you know, great episode. I love the things that we talked about today. Any plans for the weekend?
Packing. I go to Miami on Sunday.
Okay, have a safe trip, bro. We taking next week off. Taking next week off. Let's go ahead and say that. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Right. Fucking what else? You know, them edits I was talking about last week, definitely got finished a couple of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really feel good about that, trying to make sure my workload in terms of like work that I owe back to people is kind of like squared away with, so I could really use next week to just
try to clean his plate.
Yeah, get it some new work, you know, and get inspired by shit and create. And I'm definitely trying to
have a clear mind to do that once you out of town and shit.
Creating bag and shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I go into new settings, always. So you know, Miami and LA this next week, so it's gonna be dope.
Big facts. What
about
shit, me I got a couple meetings. We got a meeting tomorrow for something. I got a couple like production meetings. Definitely gonna try to get some editing done. Got some new clothes coming out soon, so me and the homies are like finalizing some of the, you know what I'm saying, the new Good in Any Hood items we're gonna drop.
One of the shirts I was rocking it last week.
Oh yeah. So you know what I'm saying, we got some, you know what I'm saying, just working on some products, working on some edits, and planning some, you know what I'm saying, working on some plans for, you know, future productions and stuff like that. So that's what I got going on this week. And then with, you know, in all of that, I'm definitely going to try to catch a couple of these playoff games.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I don't know what the weather's going to be looking like. I got to
It's
check
nice.
that because I
I'm
definitely
pretty sure
got
it's
to
nice
cut
because I
my
was
grass and shit
checking,
like that.
Yeah, I was checking.
Got to tend to my lawn, my
and
mom's lawn at least.
The rain hasn't been coming because I've had to keep going to my garden myself to water and shit. So I'll be checking the weather and shit. So it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to her crib and help her out with the lawn.
Shout out to
and
everybody
shit.
that tuned in too, man. This is a lot of activity. On
Yeah,
the
appreciate that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and say that. Yeah.
On the street.
Shout out to John J as always.
so
Clyde Rizzle in here.
Especially appreciate
Urel in here.
Appreciate you,
Ace
man.
Cardinal. Shout
Love
out to you, bro. You might be a first timer, but we appreciate having y'all. But yeah, man. So we won't be here next week, but we'll be here the week after that. So you know what I'm saying? We hope to see y'all again then. And everybody have a good weekend. Everybody have a good rest of the day. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Early.